In this video, we're going to talk about beginnings. The beginning of the next great adventure.
And it's not what you probably think it is. It's death. It's a little bit of a taboo topic for most people. A lot of people get squirmy. A lot of people feel kind of weird. I tend to feel a lot of emotions regarding other people's emotions and feelings about death and people who have died. While I do still hold some of my own, I do realistically understand that there's more beyond where we're at, and where you go beyond this part of life is limitless.
It's been 6 years this year since my mom went off the highway. And it changed my life forever, that moment.
Mine too. It helped me connect more with my parents and respect them more and appreciate them for being here while they're here.
Just more appreciation for the present moment. Like being here by the river, breathing in the fresh air. It really becomes easy to take stuff for granted if it lasts forever.
Yeah.
Now, today is my mom's birthday, the 26th of February. Yeah, very special day for me. I know she's very proud of who I am today. And in the 6 years since she's passed, I've become very proud of how far she's come as well. Because death is not the end. It's the beginning of another great adventure. And she is more so now my guardian angel than ever before. She's here, right here with us at the river. When you tune into the frequency of somebody that's passed on, you can connect with them. And through dreams especially, dream walking, you can connect with those who have passed on. And they have messages for us, for the living. They don't want us to mire ourselves in grief and sadness that they're no longer here in the physical. They want us to bring our own unique brand of joy to the world and live our best life.
And obviously cherish them in their memory and
in our hearts.
celebrate them in their memory rather than grieve it 24/7. I mean, there's grief with every loss, so you're gonna feel sad some days. You're allowed to have that grief, but turn it into something that benefits you and benefits their memory and their name. Don't let it trap you in a place where you can't grow and where that person can't see you evolve, I guess.
Right. If you feel sadness or anger, it's okay. It's totally okay, but you don't want to stay quagmired in that emotion.
Yeah.
You want to get to the point where you can feel the anger, feel the sadness, and then let it go.
Yep.
And then when you start feeling joy, then you double down on the joy and milk it. Just milk it for everything it's worth every time that you feel joy, and you'll stay there longer.
Invoke that inner child when you feel that joy.
Right. And something that really brings out joy is curiosity. Even just being curious about what happens after you die, for example. It's another great adventure, and over the years we've gained some interesting insights on that. Something very interesting came to me in meditation this morning, that when we dream at night, we actually go back to the spirit realm. We live in two worlds at once. We live in the spirit realm, and we are projected here in the physical as well. So with that being said, like when you die, it's almost like you are just in the spirit realm, like you are no longer projected into the physical. So when you think about it that way, like the energy of a person never really dies, ever.
You find a new vessel here and there. You make little earth walks.
And my mom has definitely come through, like with messages for me through Crystalline here.
Mm-hmm.
It's happened in very interesting and intense ways.
Yep. Yeah, I don't fully remember them, but I remember the fluidity of my words and like the sophistication behind some of the things that I had to say, and I was like, what? I usually fumble over words and sit there trying to find them, and I'm not that fluent all the time. Like, I'm just not.
Yeah, the messages came through with such clarity through the channel. The open channel.
Conduit.
So, on this beautiful day in paradise, let's talk a little bit about your mom.
Yeah. My mom passed away this morning. I was taking care of her. She had congestive heart failure that wasn't addressed or dealt with at all through the medical system. It wasn't until we saw a fourth doctor through the ER after the walk-in that he was like, okay, hold up, I need to see you in person as soon as possible. Why has nobody told you that you have heart failure, and why is nobody following up with you? And that was, I don't remember exactly when, but sometime mid-January to end January, I guess. And my mom had gotten an echocardiogram at the end of, like, I think the 30th of January. And since then, like, we weren't able to get her to the doctors because she declined so fast. Nobody told her about the heart failure. Her heart test supposedly came back good. And today she went into cardiac arrest after the last week of not being able to stay cognitive or alert or really eat much at all. She was basically immobile. And I pulled some tarot cards at just after 12 o'clock Saturday, technically speaking. Little over 24 hours before she would have actually died, asking as to whether or not she was going to be alive longer than 3 months. And I pulled 9 major arcana cards and 1 Queen of Coins card. And one of the most significant cards in that spread was the immediate future card, and that one was death. And I pulled every single card with my eyes closed after shuffling for an extended period of time. And I sat there processing the whole reading, because I don't think I've ever pulled 9 out of 10 cards major arcana before, like at all.
It's very significant.
And yeah, then my mom and my dad were pretty insistent on me going to say word with him for the night last night to get a break, because I'd been taking care of my mom and helping her, feeding, making sure she was fed when she wanted it, cleaning her when she went to the bathroom, and whatever else she needed, helping make sure she got to the bed without falling, tucking her into bed. They wanted us to go to say word, and she died while I wasn't home when we went. Like, we had gotten to say word at 12 o'clock in the morning on technically Sunday, and I think she had passed by probably about 7:30, at most 8 o'clock. The paramedics attempted to resuscitate her for a good portion of time. They had the defibrillator. I was on the phone with my brother, and I spoke to the paramedic, and I spoke to my dad briefly as well. And he called me back at 8 o'clock and made sure that I was fully aware that she had passed, and they couldn't get her back. And
Yeah, something very interesting about that is that if you recall, I brought the crystal skull into your house last weekend. The one that I got the receipt for from when my mom went off the highway and claim thereof. And something told me it had to stay there. Even though we had left, something told me that the crystal skull had to stay at your house that night. That it's a channel for my mom to help your mom to transition in a peaceful manner.
For the most part, other than her collapsing multiple times today. But
Yeah.
that's what happens when your heart is failing and it can't pump blood. So
It's very sad when stuff like this happens to those we love. But I think the most important thing that we have to feel is gratitude for the person's life. Like gratitude for who they are, their unique manner and brand of bringing the joy in life.
and
Because
the
your
fact-
mom was very good at that, bringing the joy in life.
and adopting people.
Yeah, I was definitely adopted. Like, when my mom died, even before that, like,
Yeah, before
like,
that,
definitely before
it was
that.
pretty well instant.
Hey.
Even before we started dating, she still cared about you and
Yeah,
partially adopted you. You just weren't ready to be adopted then.
right. That's a funny way to put it. I wasn't ready to be adopted. Right.
You weren't ready to be part of the family.
Like somewhere deep down inside, I knew that I belonged, though, in the family, in your family as well as mine. Because connections go far beyond the physical. Like we're connected like this, like our soul family.
Absolutely.
And I have a lot of gratitude for that, for somebody just being so, welcoming, like open arms, welcoming me into their family.
Yeah.
It's quite significant because you don't get that every single day.
Not everybody embodies that kindness and generosity.
No.
Not everybody keeps their heart open like that. A lot of people keep their guard up way more than that. And even when you stab her in the back 17,000 times, she'll still have her heart open.
It takes strength to have an open heart, and not only gratitude, but just learning from the person's life. Like my mom was the same way. Like she was very open-hearted about everything, even though my dad was not a nice person to deal with, and definitely stabbed her in the back many times, and was very abusive towards her. Honestly, he doesn't even know that she's dead 6 years later. Like, we have no contact with him whatsoever.
To our knowledge, anyways.
Yeah.
Unless you heard from some other grapevine somewhere down the line.
Yeah. Honestly, it doesn't really matter at this point.
No.
But the point being is that, like, my mom was basically like both of my parents. Yeah, and then your parents were like my other parents.
Yep. My dad's still your dad, though. He's still
He
here
is.
for a while. He's not going yet.
And I've learned a lot from him as well. And,
I've learned a lot from him too, both good and bad. I see him for what he is, and I see him for what he's worth, and I accept him wholly, even though we yell at each other a lot.
I tend to be the diffuser of that sometimes. We just had a lot of ice go right
Smash.
behind us.
In front of us.
In front of us.
Behind you. Behind the camera.
Yeah.
You
behind,
guys.
Yeah,
guys.
behind the audience in front of us.
Yeah.
I was backwards.
You were dyslexic for a second.
Wouldn't be the first time, probably won't be the last.
No.
But, you know, we both cried a little bit in this video, and then we laughed, and then we started to really milk that. This is what you have to do, is milk the joy in life. Whatever brings you joy and happiness, milk it for everything that it's worth.
I'm very good at happy tears as well as the sad tears.
And joyful tears.
That's what I said, the happy tears.
Yeah, happy and joyful.
I cried some joyful tears earlier because my friend in Alaska, April's daughter, absolutely adores me, and it makes my soul sing. She's obsessed with me and has been for years, and we've never even met, but she just, every time she sees my videos or my face, she's just, I love you, Christine! And it's adorable, and I adore her, and I look forward to getting to meet her someday.
Those that have passed on, we can communicate with them in dreams.
Tarot
cards.
Pendulums.
Whatever tool and methodology resonates with you, you can use to communicate with somebody that you love that has passed on.
Sometimes all you even need to do is just be in that mind state where you're receptive to messages, and sometimes they'll just randomly throttle you to shit.
Right.
You'll be walking down the street, and then all of a sudden you'll have this random fucking epiphany or thought process or realization or connection within yourself that comes from absolutely nowhere. And you're like, okay.
Yes. I like to say that the people in the spirit realm that are helping you, protecting you, in behind, like when you're dreaming, you're there with them, but when you wake up, you don't remember.
Sometimes.
Most of the time. Like, I would say, like, you do remember sometimes, right? But most of the time, you don't remember. But in the background, when you're just living your life, those energies of those people are still connecting the dots in the background and helping you along your journey.
They're helping you pick the puzzle pieces without you knowing they're helping you.
And to double down on that, if you can really know that they're helping you, you can actually consciously ask for their help, and that, like, in time, it becomes stronger.
Yep.
That guidance that you're receiving through intuition, it becomes way stronger, to the point where it's undeniable.
Sometimes you can even ask them for specific messages, and they'll find a way to send you that message in a way that very much reaches you.
Absolutely. And it's not, they don't necessarily reach out to you through words. It can be through numbers. A lot of the deaths around us have been very much connected to certain numbers, like 26 and 27. Certain numbers.
My mom today, the 26th. His mom, the 27th, even though it's the July. And today is his mom's birthday.
And then you got the 2nd month and the 7th month, so that's another 27 as well. And
also, when you split 26 in half, you get 13, which is the death card, which I'm getting. And I was supposed to be born on the 26th of September, but I came on the 30th instead.
And that's my birthday, is on the 13th of January.
Yep. And for, I think, 7 years straight, every single week, our birthdays landed on the same, like, calendar, or not calendar, but, like...
the same day of the week.
Same day of the week. The Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Even though 30th of September and the 13th of January. It took till the leap year for that to get sidetracked. But it was pretty neat.
Very astrologically connected.
Yes.
The type of partnership that we have is something that also is very connected to numbers. And it can be numbers, it can be letters, it can be symbols, animals.
Images in your mind's eye. Sometimes they'll come to you with the dreams and the messages there too.
You could just get a fuzzy feeling sometimes in your fingers when you think about something that says that you're on the right track.
or a full body rush of goosebumps so much that you're not cold, but your body is just like you got chicken skin everywhere for no reason.
Right. And most importantly, this adventure that those people are on is not something that you're separate from. It's all connected together. The living and the dead. It's all connected together. Because you go back to the spirit realm every night when you're sleeping, and you're with those people. You're with those energies. You're contributing to that adventure, and then you wake up and you're living your life in the physical.
And there's a dipper bird.
And there's a dipper bird. My mom was always so happy when the dipper birds would show up and do the little dance. You know,
Dipper
bringing
bird
the joy.
dance. They're so cute. I love
They
dipper
are.
birds.
They dip in, dip out, dip in, dip out.
I sometimes do my own dipper bird dance, but I'm not going to do that on camera for you guys.
Sometimes I feel that way with my cold showers. Dip in, dip
out.
out.
You should take a cold shower in there. How about that?
Maybe. So, with that being said, bring the joy.
And the love.
And the love. Anything that brings
There's 2 dipper
happiness and
birds.
joy. The dipper birds are singing their songs of freedom and joy in the background.
And there's 2 of them
And they're partying up here at the river.
with us.
Having a jolly old time.
Very well could be Mom.
Honestly, I think it is. Because
We were manifesting them.
Right,
Animals.
You said the animals, right?
I manifested them
right.
here.
You said the animals.
Yep.
So everything is interconnected. Separation is illusion. Have gratitude for the life of those that have gone. And have gratitude for every single day that you're given here on planet Earth. Because you're never guaranteed tomorrow. Like, you could die in 10 minutes from watching this video. You could die.
Yep. We could die on the way home before posting this video, but we won't because we're protected. And our mothers won't really allow that to happen because our time isn't yet.
Our numbers haven't been called.
There's a reason you haven't had an issue with all your hours worked yet, and it's your mom.
Yeah. I know, like, my mom has definitely stepped in a few times when I've been driving home from work. Kind of tired, you know, kind of just going along the highway, doing my best to stay awake.
Yeah.
And I know she's there because she would always sit with me and drive with me when she was alive.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a co-pilot, I drive by myself. So I know that she sits with me and makes sure that I'm staying on the road and getting where I need to go.
Yeah.
And for that, I'm forever grateful. Well, it's another beautiful day in the heart of nature. We're out here hanging out with the dipper birds at Oyster River, bringing the joy, feeling through the emotions and letting them go, milking the joy for everything it's worth, having gratitude just for this moment. Is there anything else that you wanted to add to that?
My mom and my aunt are together now. My aunt passed on the 11th of January. She was supposed to have her assisted death date for his birthday, and instead she died basically almost the same exact day that she died, but 6 years later. She died after midnight on the 11th of January, so it was technically the 12th of January, but the same day as the 11th. So it's more numbers. And that's about that. My mom is with my cat, her other lifelong animals, her best friend, and her parents.
Subscribe if you found value in this video. We're sending and spreading much love and joy to you in this moment. If you resonate with anything that we said in this video or are going through something similar, we love you.
I'm sorry. It hurting, but we're here for you.
We're milking our joy and we're sharing it with you to help uplift you to live your best life.
Yep.
Because that's what our moms would want for us to live our best lives and to help others to do the same.
And don't forget that we are all not alone.
We're never alone. The universe always sends something. Always. Even if it's a cat. The universe always sends kitties.
I'm looking forward to seeing my boy in the
Right. Well, we're gonna have some good kitty cuddles later.
yeah.
We love you guys. Bye.